The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
Set, 15, line it. 15 line.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2nd and 11. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. 56. Fair. Give me that ball. Give me that ball. Ready.
From the gun, Harold. And he connects with Ertz. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watch it. Now. Safety's creeping. 45. Mike, 45. Now.
On 2nd down now. It's Sanders. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
64, weak. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. 5. 56.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's in for an Eagles touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Mike 50 South. 56. Hey, exit. Come, baby. Woo! Mike 56. Mike 56.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley. 77 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Look at me. Go.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
X3. 218, chop. Big grip.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 77 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. Throwing on 1st down. Harrell. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
To throw on 3rd down, Harrell. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And coming off a 1-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
On the ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Set, ready, 90, Wolf.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ready. 10 logo. You never read. Go.
On 1st and 10, Harrell. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Bravo. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Go, night. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Yo, go.
2nd and 5. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
6-6, pull it high. Smooth. 56. Mike's 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Harrell. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Switch gears. 56 to Mike. 56. Hey, dude. I got you. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hard.
Operating from the gun. Harrell. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Watch out. Watch the ship. Hey, 22. Watch the ship. 49. Check 49. Wait. Let him go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready. 25. 54, south. What you got? 25, what you got, Heavy? Give me something. Here we go. Watch the twist. Watch the safety creep.
Now it's Ryan. And Tate's got it. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now Ryan. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have two inbounds in the NFL.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Roger. Come on, baby.
Throwing again. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
To throw is Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Wait. Get out.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Come on, QB, come on. 36. Shit. Get out.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Brandon Graham with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Harrell. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, high 7.
2nd and 15. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Hey, let go. Ready?
To throw on 2nd down. Harrell. Washington's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, Haywood. Ready to go. Get it.
On first down, Harold. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. James Washington, as the first half is winding down, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the shotgun, Ryan. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check. Check 50. Hey, Charlie.
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Wahoo!
Ryan will throw again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Come on, set. Hey, lock it. H.E. Gator. That's what I do. Check. Go. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hand. Five. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Looking to throw on second down. Harrell. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike 56. Go.
Throwing on third and long. Harrell. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they work this out past the 25. 25 yards that time.
Ready? 30 base. New draw quarter. Back. Hey, Foxtrot. 52.
On first down, Sanders. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there.
Hey, orbit.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Switch.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Go.
2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ready up.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
80 weapons. Check. Hey. He's coming in motion. Hey. 25. Tyler, 64, weak. Leo. Get wrong. Guard.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the night as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
10 Lobo. Check 56. Bravo! 56! Mike 56! Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike 56! 5!
To throw on second down. Harrell. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
56, right there, 56. Here we go, let's bring it.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Now he'll escape to his left. He'll run it. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Now Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Oh, you got D? Get it.
From the gun, Harold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, 2. 56 to Mike.
Operating from the gun, Harold. But it's brought in by Washington. And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
54, right there. Hey, Steve 6.
From the gun, Harrell. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
3, 218, chop.
They'll run with Davis. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Recon, 152 fighter. Hey, look, 3. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Hey, man. Watch the goose.
They'll run it again here with Davis. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Hey, echo. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. It's our time. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
You gonna see me? Hey, Haywood. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Operating from the gun, Harold. This is caught. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Another shot from the one on second and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. It's their quarterback, saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a three-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a three-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Check three, check three, check three. Check. Hey, sprint play, sprint play, sprint play. Kill, kill, kill.
A first down carry for Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Throwing on first down. Harrell. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
2nd and 4. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Hey, Charlie.
On third down, Harrell. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. On 1st and 10, Harrell. Well, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On second down now. It's Freeman, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
They can't hang with us. Whip. Watch the whip. Check. Slam. Ready to go.
Throwing now is Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fumble. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Looking to throw. Harrell complete to Washington. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Ready. 30 base. 54. Here we go.
On 1st down, Harrell. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Harrell. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 48 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Ryan now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl. Well, Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jackson on first down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Look at me. Go. General West. Tighten up. Tight up. Check 5.
Back to throw. James. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. And got his man complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. James now throwing again. He's going to look deep down the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. On first down, Knox. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. 83 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You got nothing to run. You draw closer.
2nd and 5. It's hauled in by Hardy. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
5. Shift. Switch. Pilot, 64, weak.
In his end zone, here's Locke. Drew Lock taken down in the end zone. 2 points for the defense. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Down, 90 Wolf. Here we go. Check 3. 218, chopper. 5.
Here's James. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We got to step it up.
Now a handoff looking right. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 38.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Donaldson. And he's taken down inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Now. James. Throwing on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. The Bucs pick it up. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's able to put it through. So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So they tied the game on the safety. Now we'll see if they can double down and get the lead.
And a lot of that is just building off the momentum, because safeties are momentum plays. They swing things. They don't happen very often. They create great excitement. Can they feed off of that and execute and put some more points on the board?
And look at this. The punt team is out there. Somebody better give them the memo that it's 2nd down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Stop your whining. Hey, Foxtrot. My 50.
On first down, Locke. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, Orbit, hurry up.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
At the 32-yard line.
Ready.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bomber. Now. Go. Go.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
15. Broncos 8.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. Don't get nervous. Quick dash. Come. 6-6. Pull it high. Go. Bravo. Check the hot read. Watch out.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch the shit. General West. Smooth.
To throw is James. Operating from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Hey, Zoo.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football to Town. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing his lock on third down. And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
A 60-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking for
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Eluding the pressure right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now James throwing on third and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch twist. Watch twist on Travis.
And he'll find Hall. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
No. Hey! Motion.
On 2nd down, Knox. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Go. Check. 53's mine. Hey, Echo. 53's mine. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. A first half update now from Philadelphia. And the Eagles out in front early. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Lock now on 1st down. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Block will try again on 2nd down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Here we go, here we go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
This is fielded at the 7.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Now Locke. Airing this one out for Evans. Well, this is caught at the 20. Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. James Throwing left side here, and it's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Denver has the first down to play, going for 15 yards. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Slam. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
James now off the play fake. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Double dog. That's the alpha. Mike 59.
Here's James to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Go now. 30 base. Come on, dude. Watch the run. They're running. Deep grip.
James throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken at his 4. And Philip Dorsett by himself. The 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Called out a 96-yard house call on the kick return as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the out. Ready.
To throw is James. Going to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make him play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now James to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
On the set. 53 is the mic. Hey, Sam off. Snap.
They'll run on 1st down. Knox. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
53, check. 53's mine. Look at me, zipper. You must be.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
On 2nd and 7, Locke. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Leo! Check. Shift! Watch the shift! Switch!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word against symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
The score, Buccaneers 49, Broncos 8.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear it. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. James shoves him aside. This is the tight end, Fant.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Back to throw. James. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Knox. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Knox, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And the Eagles have scored again now to extend their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
And the Broncos first down.
Ready. 45 the mic. Check. 45 the mic. We got to get the ball. Do you get the ball right?
General West.
He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Out. Hit it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. There he goes again. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level, and the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. James now throwing again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. L.J. Collier picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Looking to throw. James. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Check it back. Check it back.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Lock gonna throw. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Bravo.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Lock now on 3rd and goal. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Tackles.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Clock now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
It's just me and you.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go, set, 50, plant.
Mike, I'm scared.
Shoot.
A lot going to throw it here. He finds his target. It's Evans. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 9.
Come on, set, 8, read.
Check 53's Mike.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Kill.
Now.
53.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lock. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
On
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
61, matchbox lights. What we got?
Here's James. On play action. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He can't hang.
Back to throw. James. And this is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
On the ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. James. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4.
Delta. Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
James throwing on 4th down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Hey, Charlie. Snap.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Back to throw. James. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Denver, it'll be their first loss of the season, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves